Students, in this video, you are going to study about sorting in databases. So, as you know, sorting is very important with respect to data. The sorted data is much easier to manage compared to unsorted data. Similar is the case with data in a query. The sorted data is much more easier for a query algorithm to work with. So to do sorting, we can use an index on the relation, okay, and then the index can be used to read the relation in sorted order. So doing this will lead from one disk block access to another for each tuple. For relations that can fit in memory, techniques like quicksort can be used. For relations that do not fit in memory, algorithms like external sort merge can be used. So in this lecture, we are going to study how the external sort merge works, okay, and how it can be used to sort the data in a database query. So this is the algorithm for the external sort merge. So let M denote the memory size. The first step, we will create sorted runs. So we will initially set I equal to 0. Then we will repeat the following steps till the end of the relations. So in 1a, we read m blocks of the relation into memory. In step 1b, we sort the in-memory blocks, that is whatever blocks have been fetched into the memory, those blocks are sorted. And in 1c, all the sorted memory blocks are returned back. Okay, we could write the sorted data to the run, and then we can increment the value of I. The final value of I will be n. In the second step, we will merge the runs. So merging of the runs, we will see how to do in the next slide. So now the second step in an elaborated way, we merge the runs. Okay, there will be n steps in merging. That's why it is known as n-way merge. We assume for now that n will be less than m. So in the merge the runs, the first step, use n blocks of memory to buffer the input runs and one block to buffer the output. We will read the first block of each run into its buffer page. In the second step, we repeat all the steps in the second. So in the second step, first one, select the first record among all buffer pages. So we do this in sorted order. In the second step, write the record to the output buffer. If the output buffer is full, write it to the disk. In the third step, delete the record from its input buffer page. If the buffer page becomes empty, then read the next block of the run into the buffer. Third step, we do this until all the input buffer pages are empty. If n is greater than or equal to m, then several merge passes may be required. In each pass, contiguous groups of m-1 runs are merged. A pass reduces the number of runs by a factor of m-1 and creates runs longer by the same factor. For example, if m equal to 11 and there are 90 runs, one pass reduces the number of runs to 9, each 10 times the size of the initial runs. Repeated passes are performed till all runs have been merged into one. So don't worry if you have not understood what I have just told. This was the entire algorithm. I will explain with the help of an example how this external sort merge works. So assume that this is the relation, okay? This is the relation that we are having, and we need to do sorting on this, the data of the relation. Okay, this is the data of the relation. So initially, if we assume that we are setting m equal to 3. Okay, so you can just assume that these are divided into blocks of 3. Okay, pages. These are the pages. So initially we fetch only 3 blocks into memory, or where the size is m equal to 3. So suppose this is fetched into the memory. Okay, it's sorted. Then this is fetched. It is sorted. So we are sorting according to this. Okay, the first attribute or the first column. Okay, so we are sorting. GAD is sorted in this order, A, D, and G. Okay, and the corresponding values are written. So the same thing is done for all of this. We do the sorting. Okay, so this is known as a run. We are creating a run. Okay, we are fetching the data into memory. So once the data is fetched into memory, now in the second step, or you can say in pass one, we are going to start merging the data that was sorted during the run, during the first run. Okay, so we merge the first two like this. Okay, so first we fetch the first two values. Let me just rub off this. We fetch A and we fetch B into memory. Okay, we compare which is in the proper sorted order and we write to the buffer. Okay, so A is written. So from the first, let me call this as 1 and let me call this as 2. Okay, so I picked up A from 1 and B from 2. Then I've seen that A is less than B, or A is supposed to be in the output because A is in the proper sorted order. So I put A into the output. Next I fetch D. Okay, A is already put in the output. Next I fetch D from 1 and I compare with B. I see that B is less than D, therefore B is put in the output. Okay, then I fetch C from 2 and I compare C with D. And I see C is less than that, so it goes in the output. Next I fetch E from 2 and I compare with D. I see that D is less than E, so D goes into the output. Next I fetch G from 1 and I compare with E. I see that E is less than G, so E goes into the output. And only what remains is G, so then last is what G goes into the output. So here basically what we are doing in this step is we are merging the data that we had obtained from the run. So as we merge the data, we are sorting it. Okay. Same thing is done with these two. As we merge, we sort it. Okay, I just explained to you the concept of how the sorting is done. So this is also known as a run. Now in this run we are having two. This is one and this is two. So the same concept will be applied while we merge this into the final output or the sorted output. Okay. So A will be compared with this A. Now this A is having the second say as 14. So this goes into the output as you can see here. So when this goes into the output, D is fetched compared with A. A is less than D, so this A goes into the output and so on. Okay. This is how the merge and the merging is done. So this is the second pass. So we obtain, if we had initially set m equal to 3, then we are obtaining pass in two passes. We obtain the, so we can say n equal to 2, that many number of passes it has taken to obtain the output. Okay, sorted output. So let's do the cost analysis based on the measures of the query cost. So if one block per run leads to many 6 during the merge, then instead of using, we can use BB buffer blocks per run. Okay, that means we can read and write BB blocks at a time. This will result in, we can merge m divided by BB minus 1 runs in one pass. That will mean The total number of merge passes that are required will be log m divided by bb minus 1 into br divided by m. The block transfers required for the initial run creation as well as in each pass will be 2 into br. For the final pass, we don't count the write cost. If we ignore the final write cost for all the operations, since the output of an operation may be sent to the parent operation without being returned to the disk. Thus, therefore, the total number of block transfers for external sorting will be Br into 2 log m divided bb minus 1 times Br divided by m plus 1. The cost of the SIGs will be during the run generation, one SIG is needed to read each run and one SIG is needed to write each run. Therefore, the cost is 2 into Br divided by m. During the merge phase, we need 2 Br divided by Bb 6 for each merge pass, except for the final one, which does not require a write because the output of that may be sent to the parent operation. Therefore, the total number of 6 that will be required is 2 Br divided by m plus Br divided Bb times 2 log m divided Bb minus 1 times Br divided by m minus 1. Okay. So this was about sorting. Thank you for listening.